Keeping animals at home as pets is a treat and a huge responsibility all at the same time. There is a certain code about keeping specific animals while keeping safe distances from those labeled as wild. There are some people who break this code and try to be a little bit adventurous, unbeknownst to the dark consequences. Some face a terrible fate by getting negligent even with the tamed ones. They love their pets and do not think of them to become a homicidal murderers, but sometimes end up paying a price which is non-refundable. They die along with what they love, and so here we are with a list of the animals who killed or feasted on their owners.
Subscribe to our channel by clicking the subscribe button. Click the bell button and enjoy the latest uploads from our channel.
10. Mark Vogel, 30 years old, was found dead in his apartment when his army of exotic pets gave their cages. His corpse was trapped in spider webs, which had been there for 7 to 14 days, whereas more than 200 spiders, several snakes, thousands of termites, and a gecko was found feasting on the corpse. It looked like a horror movie scene as described by the witnesses. Authorities believe that his black widow named Patina may have orchestrated the whole human flesh-eating event by fatally biting him. The creepy crawlers have taken his apartment as their own and roamed the place freely, as the place is located in Germany. Number 9. Kellyanne Waltz. Kellyanne Waltz was 37, reportedly had a pet Bengal tiger, an African lion, and a black bear. All of them she kept in separate cages at home. Some people would get that the lion or a tiger killed and ate her, but no. She was mauled to death by her bear while cleaning his cage. She gave him some dog food and turned her back to him when he attacked her, wounding her fatally. Perhaps the bear was not happy with the dog food or even seeking her attention. Nobody knows what made him so aggressive or to have killed his caretaker. Number 8. Pam Weaver. An Australian woman was given a pet camel by her husband on her 60th birthday. The 10-month-old animal weighing around 150 kilograms also had a history of erratic behavior when loose in the backyard. That day when he knocked a lady to the ground and stomped on her head, he lay on top of her, swaddling her until she ran out of oxygen and died due to the unbearable pressure. Number 7. Sandra Phillips. Sandra Phillips, who raised a pack of 9 Welsh dogs by herself, was so devoted to them that she once told a neighbor that they gave her unqualified love. Their love for her went pretty much too far when one day her body was found in a cage rectangular enclosure in the backyard. She had she had bled to death after being clawed and bitten, and later being dragged to the enclosure by her half-wolf, half-dog hybrid pets. Number 6. Ricky Vanholtz. Ricky Vanholtz leased a barn space for his domesticated bulls in Western Wild, northwest of Philadelphia. A day before his 53rd birthday, he was attacked by his 1-ton bull and died succumbing to the injuries. No one would find out what made the temperamental animal go loose on him. He wasn't even wearing red. Number 5. When an unnamed resident of Liverpool did not show up for a few days, the police entered his house to find him deceased for his dog Buster, the bull terrier, in a frantic state. At first, the police presumed that the dog was upset over his owner's death, but later it turned out that he had been feasting away on his coat for a few days. Investigators couldn't find proof of whether the pooch had killed the man, but the incident of feeding over the corpse led them wondering upon what to do with him. They assumed that maybe starvation led him to do away on loyalty and somehow survive. A man's best friend? You be the judge. Number 4. If dogs could eat their owners, why not cats? Cats are popularly known to be self-indulgent creatures, but did you know that if you drop dead in your house, will the first in line to buffet over you? When the neighbors hadn't seen much of a Janet reel, they informed the authorities, and the police arrived at her house to find her dead body, and most disturbingly, her cats dining on her corpse. The woman, ironically, had an awful appropriate last name. Number 3. Hamster. Hamsters are little cute furry creatures, though also happen to have a little reputation of eating each other. But them turning into tiny cannonballs is a difficult idea to entertain. According to a forensic study, a 43-year-old woman was found dead in her home along with her pet hamster. Her autopsy revealed some ghastly things. Firstly, her body was chew marks on it. Worse yet, when the hamster burrow was examined, it was lined up with the chunks of human skin, fat, and muscular tissues. Quite distressing. Number 2. Having a hippopotamus as a pet seems like a pretty bad idea on the whole. These animals are huge, aggressive, and hard to beat, but a South African farmer, Marius Hell, had it his own hard way. He had kept a hippo at his farm in Free State for years despite being warned about it several times. A few years back, his body was found floating in the river being thoroughly chewed up by his pet hippo. Hippos do like to bring slight innovation when it comes to food, but who knew he would chew away his pet butt? The man must have listened to the warnings indeed. And last we have number one. Like hamsters, people also get fascinated by keeping parrots as pets. And why not? They're agile, delightful, and amusing. Well, some people don't realize that they also have a short set of piranhas like tiny teeth and a taste of baby flesh. When a Missouri family was awakened by a sound of their infant crying over the other room, they guessed it might be hungry or the diaper needed to be replaced. What they didn't expect was finding their bloody baby with 7 of his fingers eaten by their pet ferret. The child was rushed to the hospital for recovery and the ferret was killed. Although pet makes awesome companion, but there is a reason why animals are not called humans. People should watch out what kind of animals are they letting inside their homes and near their family. The fact about family being not as sensitive as human beings should be kept in mind at all times. But either way, that's our list for today. Until next time.